Hello, it's the real Ender Knight. Just going live. Woke up from a nap recently, and something been bugging me. A buddy of mine got this game probably about a month after it came out. I was really excited about this game. Absolutely love this game. I have a lot of hours in it. It's a lot of fun. But I guess there's a lot of people out there like my friend who got it, tried it for a minute, found it really confusing and kind of overwhelming. So I've been wanting to put this together for a while and finally decided to get around to it. So I'm just going to start with basic character creation. For the basic character creation, when you first start, none of this really matters. It's purely for the flavor of your character, however you want to start playing. You can go to show attributes and kind of see, the basic attributes. All the numbers add up to the same thing. Nobody has any sort of real bonus. The only real thing is, I'd say, like samurai starts with a particular sword that is a cool katana blade. You can find a second one pretty early of the same type. If you want to go with dual katanas and go with the samurai character, go with the samurai character. Makes sense, right? Some of the other ones, like this guy has a higher faith. I don't recommend any of the caster builds. I think magic is something you kind of throw in as a side note, not really as your main thing in this game. It's really, it's okay, but you have a limited pool. It doesn't regenerate, and that alone is weak. And you end up having to spend a lot of points in order to do that. So you're spending points on faith, intelligence, but you still need endurance. You still need vigor because you need health, you need to be able to carry stuff, and you just end up really squishy. It's hard to pull off. So again, it's something you kind of add in as a side note. Pure caster builds I think are really weak in this game, and I've tried them. I've got them to end game. You hit a point where you've got stuff that has like 90% resistance to magic, and it's really difficult. If you're trying to min-max your character early on, the hero is probably the best one to pick because it has the lowest intelligence. Again, this stuff doesn't matter. You're probably going to sink some points into it later anyway. So, me personally, I think strength, endurance, arcane. Well, strength, endurance, and vigor are probably your three main ones. Endurance, you don't have to put too many points into. You do need it enough to carry your equipment. So vigor and strength, and you can kind of just focus on those two for the most part. So for your standard build, I think the hero is probably your best bet to pick. I typically just like to go with a wretch and just start level one, have even stats and everything, because I'm eventually going to sink some points into it. For this tutorial, I'm going to start with him because he is kind of the weakest start. He doesn't really get much anything good. We'll go ahead and throw in the name, the real Ender Knight, because that's who I am. It doesn't quite fit. Okay, fine. Real Ender Knight. So we'll go with that. No, I'm an old man, so we're gonna go old man. Wretch, keepsake. Keepsake doesn't really matter either. All this stuff is stuff that you can find. Some runes, cracked pot. I guess it's kind of neat for throwing cracked pot, stone sword keys. You get a ton of those anyway. None of this really matters. You'll find this thing eventually anyway. Golden seed is probably the nice just because you get a little flask enhance. Again though, but that's something that you're gonna max out by the end of the game, or at least in the new game plus at some point. So I'll grab that just to have it, but again, it doesn't matter too much. I'm not going to worry too much about the creation. We'll just go finish, start the game. I'm going to skip all of the stuff here. Wait for it to finish loading. There we go. So we'll skip that. So basics here, you're one-handed. You want to pretty much two-hand your weapon, and let's see, I gotta get used to the buttons again. There we go. There's my jump, and there's my attack. So that's your basic thing. You're gonna be jump attack. That's a heavy attack. There's a It's a light attack. They're about the same speed, so you pretty much want to be jump, heavy attack, just about everything you come across, and roll away because you can't really get hit by anything. Oops. It's going to take a minute for me to get used to buttons here. So this opening area, you're just kind of getting used to. There's really nothing here. So you come in here, you head on down. Surprised I don't have all my little things on the ground. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, it's still online. This first fight, you aren't meant to win this fight, so that's something, you know, some people find it discouraging that you lose right off the bat. Don't even worry about it. You're gonna run in here, you're gonna do your best against this guy, and you're gonna lose. It's just what's gonna happen. Alright, so he's gonna show up in a second. I'm gonna run in. Ah! Gonna wanna lock on. Hey, I hit him. Ah! And I'm dead. I did pretty good. When I staggered him, I probably should have done a light attack, but I don't know. Didn't really matter. I've never beat that guy. It's possible to beat that guy, but I'm not too worried about it. So I'm not the best at overall, like timing my dodges. Flask now. A lot of people are a lot better. There is a basic little intro area. I recommend running down through this. You'll get a save point down here. It's a good thing to get used to. Oops, as I pop a potion for no reason. Now, if that's your grace point, so you can always teleport back to that anytime you want. I could rest there and get my potion back. I'm really not too worried about it. So we just jump attack everything, and you're gonna basically just one-shot everybody. Oop, no, it's done. So if you run at them and jump attack, you are gonna get more damage that way. Everything does a lot of damage to you. There's a guy up there you gotta watch out for. You just run through here, maybe roll. I've seen people do incredible things with their dodge rolling. I can't pull that stuff off. So this guy's got a shield. He's gonna try and block me. And he did. He was successful. Alright, so he took a minute. I'm a little bit hurt from that. No big deal. We're gonna run over here. And it's good to lock onto your targets. Can really help. And you just don't get discouraged if you die. You try to dodge that as best you can. I'm not using any special skill through any of this. It's just really getting used to that jump attack, everything. That's just what you gotta do. There's a little hidden thing on the ground, rings a bell. At least I think it's there. Maybe not. I thought it was there. Then I believe there's a mini boss fight coming up. You do have an endurance bar. You really got to watch that. If it empties, you sort of have to back out. You really want to back off a little before it empties. Traverse the mist. So I probably should take a potion, but eh. We're gonna roll away for a sec. So there's the big scary boss fight. A lot of people die right there, but again, he's running with that jump attack. It staggered him. I never really did my cool stagger ability off that. You can hit a light attack button when you're close. You'll do a bunch of damage. Oop. Now I hit my potion. Terrible with buttons. And anyway, you're rewarded with a little emote. Yay! So that's like the basic little getting buttons down starter area. Then you run up here. There's some key points for starting off up here. And I had a heck of a time when I first ran through this. So this area here, I was super confused. I'm like, I assumed this was something like real. You got this guy here. Use a stone sword key. I don't even think I have one. Yeah. So once you get, I believe you have to have two because there's two of those guys. You can come in here and it's like a little mini side dungeon. And there's some good stuff in here. This is one that's worth coming back to. A lot of them are kind of useless. That's all stuff for like when you're playing multiplayer. So you don't get much for that starting area. It's worth doing just to make sure you've got some basics down. Practice your little swing attack there. I like having all the waypoints. So you do get one of those waypoints down there, which are those the little shrine thing. Now these guys here, yeah, the grace, that's what I call save points, because if you die you go back to it. And if you notice there's a little light going from it, that's a key thing because it's going to show you where the next nearest one is at, so it's that way. And you can kind of just follow those lights for a while. After a while, it's, you know, kind of want to do your own thing. This guy here, I'm not going to talk to him. You don't want to attack this guy. You'll permanently aggro him. Even if you respawn and come back, he'll just be aggro. There's a way to reset it later, but he's part of the storyline. You talk to him. When you talk to people, talk to them over and over and over again. Make sure you exhaust all of their options, because you're really going to... You know, that's how you get all the storyline stuff. It's kind of weird because most games you talk to them and it's like, that's it. It's like you gotta talk to them again, talk to them again. When I first started playing this, I was killing every little thing there. I figured out that I could like craft arrows. I don't do any of that. Obviously, you play through the game and you learn. It can be good to like pick the flowers as you go, grab little things. Come in here. Smithing stones are for upgrading your weapons. You'll get like infinite smithing stones at some point. You can talk to this guy and get like a crafting book. I'm trying to see. What else? Yeah, he's got arrows here. So this is where you want to buy your arrows. I like getting a basic bow early on, buying arrows, having the arrows. It's good. Torch can come in handy for when you're running through the dungeons. It's one of those things you kind of need, but there's a thing you can hang from your belt that lights it up, which I usually like to try and get, but this is something that probably just grab it to have it, just so you've got one, so you can actually run through caves until you get the thing you hang from your belt. The pots, I don't mess with those too much. They're pretty powerful though. You can craft little things you can throw at guys. Crafting kit, you're gonna want to get that. Telescope's neat just for looking around if you care about that sort of thing. Daggers can be nice. They do a little bit of damage. Goodbye. So when you come here, you grab your side of grace, and then again you're gonna get, okay, so it's telling me to go that way. Cool. You see the little lights. You just follow the lights. I wouldn't worry about any of the side stuff. These soldiers were so difficult when I first started this. Oh man, I'm trying to like fight them and duke it out and everything. Now you basically run up on this guy. He's toast. Get some bolts, whatever. They're not nearly as hard as they used to be, I'll tell you that much. And they can drop, their armor's okay. I mean, it's not bad starting armor, so you can farm these guys once you get it down. You know, I'm staggering them in one hit, and this is the basic level 1 character that hasn't done anything at all. That's an encampment. Most encampments have like a particular guy that will summon all the local guys, you know, who blows a horn. So you do want to watch out for encampments. That guy there has a shield. He'd be a little bit more of a battle. But the main thing is there's another site of grace. If you see a site of grace, that's where you need to go. Get that site of grace, because those are your save spots. When you die, you go back to them. As long as you're spending your souls here, you're good. This is probably the first one you actually want to rest at. You get your horse here, and that's a really important thing. So you rest here. This chick's gonna come. I'm just gonna skip this. So it goes through some dialogue, and
have you heard of the finger maidens?
Okay, you can't skip this, I guess.
I can play turning wood to aid you. You need only
yeah. So this part here, you want to say yeah. You want to accept. If you refuse, you are dumb. You have to accept this.
Summon me. I bequeath.
So now you get the spectral speed thing.
Treat him with.
We're going to go ahead and add charge to flask. That's the golden seed that I started with, so I get an extra flask, which is pretty nice. Oops, let's go back to flask. We're going to allocate charges, all health. I don't need magic. So that's pretty much it. Can I level up here? If I level up, we're going to go... Oh, I can't yet. Okay, that's fine. So that's how you level up. You can't level up until you talk to her, so you really want to go there pretty quick. Once you talk to her, something that I wish they just sort of told you, go back to this guy real quick. And after you get that one, you get your steed, you come back here, and at nighttime, she's here.
A pleasure to meet thee. I am the witch. I'd heard tell of it, and upon look at talk.
Yeah, so cut through all this.
I was entrusted by torrents.
And Spirit Calling Bell. So this is your summon. So she gives you a summon right off the bat. And it's pretty powerful. It really helps a lot. So that's really good. So now that you have those, we're going to assign those to something. I'm going to go... This guy here is going to be my steed. And this one here is going to be my summon. So those are pretty much done. So now... I've got my horse. Your horse is awesome. 10 out of 10 recommend. Can't do my summon right now. Alright. So now that I've done that, we're going to go back to the gate front. So those are just some really key early things that you need to get. Besides that, nighttime is always more dangerous in this game, and it's really easy to just advance today. There's no penalty. So we'll pass time till morning real quick. So I'll get rid of all the nighttime monster stuff. There's a thing here that you want early on. It's going to help you a lot. I'm going to wait for that guy to go away. I'm going to go ahead and just crush that guy. Using oh so much skill, the hack away at him method. So the first big attack staggered him. Well, it didn't exactly stagger him, but it messes him up. But anyway, Lord Sorin's great sword. Awesome weapon. So this thing here is going to do a ton more damage than my club. So we're going to go ahead. It requires 16 strength. Now you only need, what, 2/3? So I need like 12 strength to make this thing work right. I don't quite have enough, so I do have to level up a little bit first. And I don't have enough runes to do so. So from here, though, you can pretty safely like charge through most stuff with this. There is something you want to grab down here. Oop, if I don't die, that would be great. Oh! Alright. Usually I can get that. That was pretty terrible. We'll go last side of grace. Yeah, usually I get that. I've done that quite a few times. Just did terrible this time. I think I typically come at it from a different angle. There we go. Alright, so you got your knife. You also get a war stomp, which is nice. My wolves are off fighting stuff. Not sure what just happened. My whole system just freeze up? What just happened? No, I'm still live. Okay, I think my game just crashed. I swear this does not happen to me. That's weird. Anyway, well that's enough for the basics in any case. Yeah, just crash the game. Crazy. I'm gonna probably go ahead and throw a little more advanced one after this. I'm gonna in stream restart and go to what we do from here. So I'll be right back.